You know, in the wild world of video games, you've got giants like Sony and Microsoft, and they're literally losing billions of dollars selling their consoles. The hope? To make it all back on games. But then there's Nintendo. They're playing a totally different game. They choose control over just getting bigger, quality over just pure scale. And guess what? It's turned them into a multi-billion-dollar empire. So what's their secret? Okay, this right here really breaks it down. On one side, you have the standard playbook, right? Sell your hardware for less than it costs to make, that's called a loss leader, just to get that box into your living room. The bet is they'll make their money back selling you games and subscriptions. But Nintendo? Nope. They just completely reject that idea. They make a profit on every single console they sell and on every single game. And what's the result of playing by their own rules? Well, take a look at this number. $11 billion. That was their revenue for the fiscal year that ended in March 2024. This isn't just a win, it's proof that their crazy, counterintuitive strategy actually works, and it works big time. So you're probably asking, how in the world do they build this financial fortress? Let's dig into the first piece of the puzzle, their whole philosophy around hardware. Honestly, it's probably the most important rule they have, and it's something their rivals just will not do. All right, so first, let's just be super clear on what everyone else is doing. It's called the loss leader strategy, and it's pretty simple, really. The goal is to get a PlayStation or an Xbox into as many homes as possible, even if you lose money on every single one. The console is just the bait, you see. The real money, the real profit, that comes from all the games and subscriptions you're going to buy for the next, 7 years. Nintendo sees that whole model and just says, nah, we're good. Their rule is so simple, it's almost brutal. We don't lose money on anything. And that's the key right there. Their discipline is just incredible. They flat out refuse to sell a single thing that isn't making them money from the very first day it hits the shelves. And this isn't just about the console, you know. This discipline runs through their whole business. They make money on the hardware from day one, like we said, but they're also famous for never ever dropping the price on their biggest games. A brand new Zelda game costs the same as one from 5 years ago. By holding that line, by keeping the value high, they've become one of the companies with the absolute best profit margins in all of gaming. And here's the proof in the pudding, as they say. Look at this. In fiscal year 2024, Nintendo had an operating margin of 32%. That is just staggering. That one number tells you everything you need to know about how efficient and crazy profitable their "we don't lose money" rule really is. It is a total masterclass in how to run a business. But okay, this whole strategy isn't just some cold, calculated business plan cooked up in a boardroom. No way. It's tied directly to the creative heart and soul of Nintendo. It's about way more than money. It's about a core philosophy that's been driven by one absolute legend for decades. Fun over fidelity. Just 3 little words, but they are everything. This is the guiding principle of the man, the myth, the legend himself, Shigeru Miyamoto. You know, the guy who created Mario and Zelda. This simple idea is the absolute key to understanding why Nintendo games just feel different. So while Sony and Microsoft are stuck in this endless graphics arms race, trying to make games that look like real life, and spending hundreds of millions of dollars to do it, Nintendo just kind of steps to the side. They go down a completely different path. Their focus? Simple, casual, family-friendly fun. They want to make games that anyone, and I mean anyone, can pick up and have a blast with. And this way of thinking, it has 2 massive benefits. First, because they aren't chasing the latest, most expensive, bleeding-edge tech, their development costs are way lower. That helps them keep those amazing profit margins we were just talking about. And second, it makes their games accessible to a huge audience. A Nintendo Switch isn't just for some hardcore gamer in their basement. It's for kids, for parents, even for grandparents. It's for the whole family. Okay, on to the third big piece of their strategy. And this one is all about something they value maybe more than anything else: control. While you see other companies opening things up, putting their games everywhere, Nintendo is doing the exact opposite. They're basically adding more bricks to the walls of their fortress. What they've built is what people in the tech world call a walled garden, and they are fiercely protective of it. Nintendo insists on owning the entire experience, from the chip inside the console to the game you're playing on the screen. They control it all, and they have zero interest in giving up that control. So, to put it simply, they run the whole show. Step 1, they design the hardware. Step 2, they create the blockbuster games for that hardware. And step 3, because of that, they own the relationship with you, the player, completely. There's no one else in between. It's just you and Nintendo. And that is why you will never see Mario on a PlayStation or Link running around on a PC. I mean, think about it. They could make an absolute boatload of money putting their games on other systems, but to do that, they'd have to give up control. And for Nintendo, that's just a non-starter. It goes against everything they believe in. Now, this tight grip they have on their characters, it's fueling their newest and maybe their most exciting strategy yet. They've got this incredible treasure chest of iconic characters, and now they're unleashing them way beyond the world of video games. I mean, they're cashing in on their IP in a massive way. Their characters are known all over the world, right? Which makes them absolutely perfect for huge blockbuster movies, like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, tons of merchandise, and yet even entire theme parks. And this is genius because it does two things at once. It hooks a brand new generation of kids, and it taps right into that deep well of nostalgia for all of us who grew up with them. And you want to see if it's working? Oh yeah, it's working. Just look at this. In a single year, from 2023 to 2024, the money they made from things other than games, movies, merchandise, all that stuff, it nearly doubled. This isn't a side hustle anymore. It's becoming a huge piece of their entire business. So, we've broken down this incredible, totally unique strategy, but it leaves us with one really big question when we think about what's next for Nintendo. So let's just quickly recap the secret recipe here. First, they make money on all their hardware. Second, they always prioritize fun over fidelity. Third, they keep their ecosystem locked down tight. And fourth, they're taking their amazing IP way beyond just gaming. It's a powerful formula. Which brings us to the final billion-dollar question. This unique, stubborn path has made Nintendo an absolute financial juggernaut. But let's be real, the rest of the industry is obsessed with more power, more realism, and opening things up. So the question is, can Nintendo keep ignoring everyone else and succeed forever? Or will the pressure to just be like everybody else eventually become too much to handle?